Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are talking about cold foils. So we have the Collectors Week coming up next week, and paired with this I did have several people asking me if I could do a video about cold foils. So I thought to myself, yes, I will do that. I like cold foils, I love cold foils, I do collect cold foils, and now we have the Collectors Week coming up, and I think that has been the perfect time to make this video. I didn't know how to approach this. I mean, I could typically talk about every single card, look it up on Card Market, and then say, all right, this is Romping Club, and this exists 12 times, and the price is this, and has been that. But I think this is too dry, and not, this is about fun, sharing my insights about this one topic. And yeah, let's just, it is a little, as usual, it is unscripted. I just have done some research and put up some pages which I would like to show you, and then I have thrown some cold foils onto the table. I know there are some cards in my storage, in 2 storages. I do have, this one folder with all these cold foil Tales of Aria, which is somewhere else. So there's not all of my cold foils on the table, but I'd like to show you some of the cold foils in maybe. I'd like to, make it more and more interesting. So we will start with the small cold foils, and then we will go to the bigger, scarce, popular, expensive cold foils. So if you really like this hobby, and if you are interested in some special stuff, you're gonna have to stay until the end, and then we're just going to talk about some topics. I'm gonna read this now. So one of the beautiful things about trading card games is how they appeal to different people in different ways. For some, it's the thrill of competitive tournament play, of course. Others, it's the fun and laughter of social games with friends around the table. I just did that yesterday evening. We also do board games, and I'm looking forward to the next time, like 5 hours of World of Warcraft board game, stuff like that. And then immersion into our heroes, worlds, and lore. And for many, it's collecting thing of beauty and value. And I think the Collectors Week is going to show a lot of people who, maybe show some parts of their collection. Today I'm just focusing on cold foils because I've been asked this several times. I said, I'm going to do this, and now I'm just doing it. Again, without any plan, and I am watching these cards through the eyes of a collector, because to me it's a thing of beauty and value. That's correct. So they are celebrating with, the gold standard. They are going to show how many gold foil cards, so cold foil with a golden border, which usually you get for prices on tournaments, which ones exist, how many are in circulation, and how the drop rates were. So this is going to be very interesting for collectors, for me as well. I do consider myself a collector. I do have a lot of cards. So collect what you know. Saint is going to do a video where he's going to talk about something from their collection. The Ultimate Flex is going to be published. That's going to be here with Matt Rogers showing his grading service. And then we have a print run update, which is really, really good news. I mean, when I read this, or actually when I saw a video that has been talking about this, I looked it up, and there's a publication of additional print run data for a number of sets. That's going to be good. So no matter what they're going to publish, the game is so strong, and we're already in an uptick phase, which you will have to forget all this negative from last year, and just 2023 it's so good. The prices are going up, and everybody's joining this hobby. And I think even if Magic is going to get their shit straight and people are going back to Magic, we still have a huge player base, and yeah, I guess it's just from here on, no matter what they publish, it's going to be stronger, and maybe there will be some surprises, and some sealed products will go up in price next week. But yeah, anyway, so I just I don't want to spend all day. I have been just the promos. I mean, there are several kind of cold foils. There are the ones that are printed in the sets, and there are the ones which you get, like for instance, promos in different ways. If you go to an armory event, if you buy a box, if you win a tournament, and so on and so forth. So this is just the page for the promos. So there's 209 cold foils. Or no, well, this is not a cold foil. There, it just contains cold in the name. So basically it's 206, right? It's 206. What is this? Rainbow cold foil? Is there both? I know the card, but I don't know if it's cold foil or... Anyhow, you know, hundreds of cold foils. So that's just what I wanted to start with, show you. And in the order, in August 2020, they said, well, a cold foil is a special printing technique that Legend Story Studios developed the application of to showcase the most special and unique cards in Flesh and Blood. We are thrilled that cold foils has been so well received by fans around the world, and we are proud to have brought this special printing technique onto the global TCG stage. So that was in Welcome to Wrath first and Arcane Rising first. This one here is just the announcement that there will be the Unlimited, but the Unlimited will not contain any cold foils. And here we go. So from day one on, we've had this separation of cold foils and then rainbow foils. Cold foils in a more limited edition, being for the collectors basically, and then the rainbow foils being for, you know, the mass market, the players, and still collectors who don't want to spend too much, because as you all know, alpha cold foils are just so expensive. Most of people can't just afford those. So then we have these promo cards. This was, for instance, when you were at a pre-release, Monarch pre-release event, you would get this and this card as part of your, you know, entry. And that's one way of getting those cold foils. These are just promos. And then we have, you know, this, I just pulled out one from August 2021 when they said, well, each calling main event features $10,000 in prize plus highly sought after gold cold foil random drop prize cards. So these are the normal cold foils, which have the normal color, just this cold foil printing technique. And then we have these gold cold foil ones, which are really, really scarce prize cards for big tournaments and a very, very, very limited amount of cards. Then, you know, I've pulled something like this up. Flesh and Blood has been talking about cold foils themselves. They've interviewed the queen of cold foil commons because she has been collecting cold foils ever since she got into this hobby. Well, but you know, you find hundreds of pages which talk about cold foils. So this was the Welcome to Wrath event when they said, right, Welcome to Wrath is out of print. Also Unlimited was out of print. They said they had these special heroes, Bravo, Dorothea, Katsu, Ryan, or Young. They were available in cold foil, so these were some of the promos. And yeah, so on and so forth. We do have cold foils for instance, for judges and for cosplayers. This one, Taylor, I really, really want to have this card, and I know it's going to be very expensive if I can get it at all. But yes, Taylor is one of those cards, double-sided cold foil, which exists in cold foil and is very, very limited. So that is one example. Then they said, okay, we have Fab 2.0. So in Fab 2.0, this is all about cold foils. We do have cold foils and rainbow foils together in one booster, or not in one, but in one product. And the cold foils will be limited, and all the cards are limited. And the rainbow foils will not be as limited. So for instance, the rainbow foil legendaries won in 80 packs, and the legendary cold foils were won in 220 packs. So almost 3 times as limited as the cold foils. Same goes for the fabled. We don't know how many, but yes, there are less cold foil fables than rainbow foil fables. And so on and so forth. They will have 1 cold foil per booster, pack, so per display. And then they've had this cold foil reprint policy. So they said basically, if we had one cold foil, Heart of Yendor for instance, we will never print this card in cold foil again. You know, so it's basically kind of a reserve list. And yeah, talking about, you know, a lot of different stuff. So it kind of shifted. All this cold foil thing was always for collectors, but now they have put it into all the products so that everybody has the chance to get them and not just the ones that open first edition. Yeah, well, then there was this partnership with PCG, and the winners do now get these gold cold foil cards already graded in 9 or better, or no, 9.5. Yes, 9.5 or better. So yeah, that's the way you see the gold cold foils now when they are given out on tournaments. And well, then, you know, you have these normal pre-release weekends where you have these kits. So basically you can win one if you win the tournament, or you can win one just randomly drawn. Sometimes the playmats, sometimes these cold foils. But yeah, all these common cold foil promos, there's a lot of them. You know, there's LGS 130, 152, where there is not all of them are numbered, I guess. Some are missing, or in other words, some haven't been released yet. So anyways, there are so many promos, and out of those there are a lot of cold foils. And yeah, I basically, you know, what I would like to do is, I'm not going through all these single cards, but as you can see, this is just the list of just LGS. There's hero promos, there's Flesh and Blood promos, there's all kinds of different promos, and then we have the normal cards out of the booster boxes. As you can see, the cold foils start at 40, 60, 50, 60. So one copy is, you know, is worth several booster packs. And then you have these regular cards, which are worth a booster pack, or depending on, you know, where you buy, of course, card market low. Then cold foil again, 90, 120, 45. It ranges. It is always 2-digit numbers. And then you have rainbow foils, which are 3-digit numbers. So the prices, it's not like the non-foil promos are worth less. The rainbow foil promos are worth normal prices, and the cold foils are more expensive. That really depends on how scarce are the cards and how many people buy them or like them, you know, like the art or like the card for playing. So there's different factors that decide the prices. But as you can, you know, I do monthly check on these prices, and there's a lot of cold foil promos which are very affordable. Like, I don't know, it's below $10, below 10, this is 10, $3. So yeah, a lot of cheap promos, which I think, of course, depends on how many were printed, but those are still affordable. And the oldest ones, you know, $40, there's not happening much. This is 60. So yeah, you were able to get them for half the price, and now they're going up. They're going up, I'm telling you. So I did collect some of those. All right, here we are at the second part. And since yesterday when I switched scenes, I did not add a microphone. I hope you can hear me now. Let me check this real quick. So basically what I've done was put cards on the table, talk about it for more than an hour. And I think this has been too long, so I guess I'm just gonna do it faster this time. First up, the only non-foil card you will see right here. That is the 2020 Arcanite Skullcap Arcane Rising Unlimited with James May's signature. And I was offered this one, and I thought I would accept it. I thought I would put it on the table for Collectors Week, because without this guy, all our hobby would not be the case. So, how am I doing this? I'm basically escalating this. I'm going from normal cards. I'm going to show you those. So these are the Monarch cold foils. And basically there have been a lot of commons in there, a lot of common cold foils, and yeah, they're single digit cards. I do have Tales of Aria cold foils, so all those are cold foils. And what I do is I buy them if they're under $1. So here's a Majestic cold foil. And then, because I think those should not be below $1. So these are the ones I do have for sale. I do have my own collection over there. I also, Pulse of Isenloft. Why is this not focusing? I did switch cameras, so we have the better one with the autofocus working on the cards. But maybe the reflection is not too good for that kind of business. Well, so Monarch and Tales of Aria, basically you were like, get a cold foil in common, which is worth next to 0, or get a Majestic, which was worth something, but slowly over time also went down. I would like to show these, since it perfectly fits into Collectors Week. I did get them on eBay. That is an English grading company. That's a 10. Tales of Aria common cold foil. That's another 10, even though they weirdly add up their subgradings. The Cracker Jacks. That was the first time I was going for slabs because I really like them, like how they look. And yeah, so those also are here, and I know they're worth next to nothing. But yeah, I just wanted to show them and give you a little bit of a feeling about the older ones. I don't have cold foils from Welcome to Wrath, Arcane Rising, and Crucible of War. I think, yeah. It only started with Monarch. So you have seen the openings on my channel here. Next up, I can show you this. So those are Flesh and Blood promos. Cold foil, copper. Then there's cold foil silver, which has been very asked at the end of last year. And yeah, I've gotten some, and then they dropped over time. But anyhow, I don't mind too much. This is Valda, the hero promo in cold foil, and Islander. Since when Mark Hamilton played Islander and Ice stuff, it was very, very popular. Janice in cold foil, being a Majestic in Everfest. Not a card that will go up to 100. Bravo. I think that's the only copy here. The only copy I have for sale. Katsu. So basically there's a lot of hero promos in cold foil. There has been Kasai's. Then there's LGS promos. I do not own all of them. These are the ones I do have for sale. You can look them up in my inventory. And so I'm gonna put the microphone here right now. I really didn't want to talk about every single card for too long, because I think this could get boring. The Amulets of Earth, these were the ones given out on the 1,000+ participants event. So I've gotten them when they came out, even though I knew they would drop in price. I didn't care. I wanted them right now, so I paid more than than I should have. Shivers. And the Rosetta Thorn. Yep. Then there's Ray of Hope. That has been... I think that should be the buy a box promo. I never have gotten those from distribution or from somewhere else. I've always bought them whenever I've seen a seller selling them. So I thought $5 a copy should be worth it. Yeah. And that's what I went with it. Over time I always bought those. So those are the LGS cold foils I do have for sale on my Card Market account. If you are thinking about getting some, check my inventory. So here's Here's another cold foil subcategory. It's the Marvels. These are the Marvel Dragons, which brought some people to, oh man, yesterday in the evening when I've had artificial light, that looked better. Also the cold foils, the camera never does justice. It's basically not showing the cold foiling at all. There's optimize. I do have more of those dragons in another place, in another storage. But those are the ones I have here. So there's Themize. That's a nice art, but it's not expensive. We have those Marvel weapons from Uprising, from Dynasty, I'm sorry. The Amethyst, Rock, the Season Saver, this time in black. You see the normal one is not black. Oh, this is something special. Kano, this is German. That's black border, double-sided cold foil. I have no idea why this camera is still trying to figure out its life. I'm not getting those out of the top loader. It takes too long, and it's basically those cards are, I don't want any damages on them. So hold on, there has been Uprising. Uprising has had a lot of common cold foils, commons, all commons. You know, when you see me opening those, I'm really not, you know, too surprised when I get some of those. The Either Ashwing is a double-sided cold foil token. Burn Them All, Majestic, has been very expensive when it came out and now dropped to, I don't know, under 20. Frost Hex. Maybe I should just put them all the way up here. We do have Dynasty. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. So just to give you a complete overview, I'm also going to show you those. Maybe they don't belong to the Collector's Week, but hold on. I'm going to do it like so. So we've had rares. Rare cold foils. That is Dynasty. Rare. You see? It has not been those commons all over anymore. Then we have Majestic. Double-sided. Nitro. The Plasma mainline is also a Majestic, which has been so strong. But Mechanologist interest has been going down. The Hyperdrivers are commons, and then more rares. All this equipment, it's all rare. Rare. This is all rare, and you know, basically they still should be regarded as commons, right? Because they are pretty common in the cases. So Dynasty, more Majestics. These are cold foils, which of course are more expensive than the rainbow foils, but it's not like this right here. Those are still so expensive. Cold foil weapons from Outsiders. Some of them are still at 50 bucks. And then we were back to commons. Another Majestic. And that's that. All commons, all cold foil commons, which I think I'm going to buy for €1. They did reach €1 now, some of them, as you can see in my expected value videos. And those cold foils, well, yeah, you get them, you're like, it has been a chance for a better one. If you get a Majestic, that's win. If not, well, common cold foils out of packs, those are not too special. There are promos, which also are not too expensive, but they're, to me, they're more special because they're not printed anymore. I'm really looking forward to those print numbers and to those gold cold foil numbers, and that's the thing that really interests me. So I'm going to show you more cold foils. Monarch, Legendary, New Horizon, Rampart. So there has been Tales of Aria, Everfest. This is, oh, another Stalagmite. Oh yeah, that is unsorted. Oh, this is the stuff from Card Market. I do have more here. That has been the last one I wanted in my collection. I did buy it. It has a print line. I'm going to send it back to the seller because he didn't mention it and he's taking it back. So I've gotten another one from another seller where I know that should be in a better condition. This went straight to sleeve, and yes, sometimes you cannot see this. Here's another dragon, another weapon. Yeah. Good stuff. This is Everfest. Out of booster boxes from Everfest. All those amulets and potions and talisman. Is that the right word? I'm sorry. I did collect those, even though I'm not too much into those. We have more call foils from starter deck. Dorinthea, Rhino versus Dorinthea. So those decks cost 33 bucks, and then there's a expensive Majestic in there. So these cold foils are not too expensive. They are like 3 or 4 bucks, strangely, but yeah. What else can I show you? Right now it's just basically going through all these cards because I know it has taken such a long time. Yesterday, I'm not talking for a minute about every card. The hero cold foils I do have here. This is another great one. Kasai in a 9. Well, OG 9. Prism cold foil. Sir Bolton also graded. We have Livia in 2 versions. We have a chain, and then there's Old Hymns cold foil. There's Lexi and Briar. Valda and Islander. And Janice. Reiner. Here's another one of those Bravos. I think I only have 2 copies. This one for me and the other one for Card Market. Akatsu Dorinthea. I think I sold out on that one. That's the only copy I have left. This will not leave my house. I hope someday I can pass all these on and don't have to sell them. So copper, silver, and oh yeah, that's something special. So Hummingbird, it's still in its original seal. Man, this reflection. I should think about doing it kind of differently. If it's darker in here, maybe see better. But yeah, I also like the way that LSS is just giving out promos to winners of tournaments, to judges, to cosplayers, to everyone. It doesn't cost LSS too much money, but to those people, that's special assets. And if they decide to sell those, they still can gain some value, and that's a cool thing. So the Korishima and cold foil, I do have. Since Uprising has been 2.0, this exists in boosters in cold foil and rainbow foil. The Grandeur of Valahai. Right now I'm getting the feeling that this lightning is like the worst that could have happened. Go on, I'm gonna show you some more cold foils. LGS. From newest to oldest. Storm, Searing, Blossom of Spring. Haze, Bending, Passing Mirage, Pierce Reality. The Cracked Bauble. Then those amulets again. Sorry. Yep, here we go. Titan's Fist. The one that has gained a lot of attention some months ago after the ban of another famous weapon. So, Shiver, Rosetta Thorn, Ray of Hope, and the Eclipse Existence box promos. Galaxy Black, which, you know, is very old. This is number 48, 49, 50. How did I sort those? This is LGS number 9, Cold Foil Technoplasma Pistol. LGS number 10, Death Dealer. Crucible 12. Here's Romping Club, the first ever LGS promo. There, can you see? Can we try to get the number one time here? No, we can't. This is horrible, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go about the lighting and stuff again. I'm gonna move my office. So I'm gonna go to another room in this apartment, and I really hope that I'll have better conditions. Right, so this out of the way. It's just, I mean, it's one of my favorite parts of the hobby, just looking at these cards and being happy that I have them. Then I'm upgrading the legendaries from rainbow foil to cold foil. I still don't have all of them. These are the ones I do have. The Emperor, Repic Shroud, that's Outsiders, the newest. I will get this in extended art. That's another one I did talk a lot about. Basically, I was in negotiation with 3 people because I wanted the Outsiders, Legendaries, Cold Foil, Extended Arts. So the Repic Shroud and the Trench of Sunken Treasure. I did, you know, give this card a value of 240, and the last, for instance, the last guy I've been writing about, I could have picked it up because it was 2 cities further away, so, you know, face to face would have been a good, it's better than shipping. So I said 240, and this guy was like, no, it's so special, it's so rare, it's going up in price. I was like, no, it's going down, just, you know, I'll give you more than I should, and he didn't want to. So he put it up for sale for 290, 280, 270, 260, 250, 240, 230. And I think now it's at 215. I would have given him 240. Luckily I didn't. I'm going to wait. 200 is the psychological barrier, and I think I'm going to buy each of those for 200 each. I'll just pay for them instead for trading. Or if you want to get rid of them, trade with me. I'll give you 100% off card markets for Repic Shroud, Extended Art, and for Trench of Sunken Treasure. I just don't want to spend the cash right now. I'll trade you with anything off my inventory if you want. But anyhow, so long story short, that's what I have been talking about yesterday. This is an upgrade, so to say. I did not keep the normal legendary. I did keep the Marvel because it's so special and it looks so good. Soraya, Coronet Peak. So Alluvion Constellas, and there is a card market grading 9.5. That's an old grading. So this one is a 10, 9, 5, 9, 10. Stalagmite. Yeah, I've gotten this in one of those recent trades. That was a year ago, I think. Crown of Providence, well, that is at 300, I guess. Silver Palms, Karen Husk also has been getting expensive. Valiant Dynamo, Doomsday, Crown of Seeds, Heart of Ice. This is all Tales of Aria. I did upgrade a lot to Cold Foil there. New Horizon also very much asked from players. And what else can I show you? I think that's it. I do have this. That has been one of the biggest mistakes in my whole selling life, because this one has a... I did some research, and a lot of dashes have exactly that flaw. This card right here on the corner has whitening. Oh, you can't see it because my camera decided to fool me. But yeah, again, camera absolutely doesn't do it justice. All this gold going throughout this body, all this glittery out down here is just shining. It looks like the card is shining on its own and not reflecting light. This is just real crazy good stuff. So I also do have Dorothea, which will not... So what I did wrong is I didn't see the damage. I've sold it. The seller said, oh, I don't like it, especially not for the price. Of course I took it back, but I'm gonna keep it now, because the moment I sold this, I was like, oh my god, I really would have liked to keep this. So it was good it came back. True. Dorothea, also in German, black border. This looks even better, I guess. And I've chosen this one to be the face of my channel. I don't know about a logo. I should do a logo. The guys from LSS said it's all fine the way I do this, but in order to be recognized better, I should do a logo. I have no idea about that. Is there anybody who could do a logo for me? I would pay in cards. Since I really wouldn't like to give out cash for that. And then this. There's a gold cold foil. That has been a very expensive trade, in my eyes, to me at least. So compared to that silver, yeah, that one is yellowish gold, and this one is just white silver at the borders. So that's one of those price cards. Neuron Boots. Its original version is just a common, so it's not one of those most expensive, but it still is because it's a gold cold foil. This is the Flesh and Blood number 71. So that's all I wanted to show you. I'm gonna put this next to it, even though it's not a cold foil. I like this one, even though to me signatures are not, they're basically destroying the card or having less value if it's the artist. But the James White one, that's a nice gimmick. I'm taking it. I like it. I think this is going to stay with me. Not for its worth, but for, you know, for its scarcity. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Not too much talking. I'm really looking forward to those print run numbers, to those gold cold foil circulating numbers, to all the stuff that is coming up, the videos of other people. I'm a little shrimp. This is basically stuff that really I enjoy this, but you know, there's people having all these alpha graded 10,000-ish cards. So in terms of special things to see, there's not too much here. I'm still trying to get some really special cards, and also I'll try to keep these classics, Heart of Fjandals, the Fjandal Spring Tunic, maybe the Command & Conquerors from Arcane Rising, all good stuff. If I find some of those, I think I'm gonna keep them for the future, because we're just at the beginning, and this is, I hope, the first of many collectors weeks. I really do like this. I like that they have done this. Or maybe the microphone. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you tonight with the not interview, with the talk with Riddleman Gaming later on tonight. And then thanks for watching, thanks for enjoying, thanks for sharing, thanks for supporting. Yesterday has been 1 month anniversary of Patreon. The first patron ever joined on April 8th, Milan, and thanks a lot. If somebody else wants to join, I still have 8 spaces left. You can support me, but other than that, thanks for watching, thanks for taking your time, and I'm looking forward to your comments. Show me what you've got. Thanks, bye.